So I'm here with these two cheeky spiritual rascals.
Yeah.
And we're running a 7-day hard, dry, fast workshop. So that's no food, no water, no contact with water for 7 days.
No showers, no brushing our teeth. We are probably going to be quite stinky by the end of these 7 days, but that's the least of our worries.
Well, hopefully it'll be the least of our worries. We'll see how we get on.
I'm pretty sure it will be. I've done this twice before anyway, so I've done up to 14 days now, and as long as we're sticking to the guidelines, it should be pretty safe, to be fair.
Yeah, so hard, dry fasting, no food, no water, no contact with water for 7 days. And this is a big way to get your body to redirect the energy that it usually uses for digestion to regenerate itself. And most of my successful friends have done this or something like this. And when Elliott gave me the opportunity to come here and learn from him for these 7 days, I was like, yes.
So basically what happens is every single of the weakest cells in your body will get used for energy before anything else will happen. So in essence, what you're left with after the 7 days is the strongest version of yourself, not only physically but mentally as well. And the reason that we're doing this is last year I started to think to myself, when I was growing up in the 90s, people were eating high carb, low fat diets and they was all in good shape. And then it comes to around about now and everyone's going mad on the keto diet, which is high fat, low carb. And people are getting the same sort of results, but scientifically this is two opposing things. So I started to think about doing a hard, dry fast, and I did it for 7 days and I lost 10 pounds. And I actually did one about 2 weeks later and affirmed to myself that I'd put on weight, and I went to the gym every day for an hour each day, lifting heavy weights. I did some sun gazing, I did some grounding, and I actually put on a pound, and my intention was to put on 3 pounds. So it just shows you the power of the mind.
Yeah, whatever you believe is what becomes your reality, right? And we're all connected guys, we're all conscious guys, and I think we're going to create some real magic we're in a cabin in the woods together, no Wi-Fi, so it's going to get quite intimate, I think.
Yeah, and it's a full moon tonight as well, so
yeah,
who knows what's going to pop up.
Nice. And we're going to be bringing you videos every day, so we're going to bring you loads of cool videos, we're going to put out all this content, and we're just going to get real with you and just let you know how this is, because my intention for this is to really understand what my body's capable of. I do water fasting usually, so I have a whole group called Water Fast Challenge with Luke Scott on Facebook, and I've got 380 people in there at the moment, and we teach them how to do water fasting, which is where you just have no food but just water. So I'm used to that, and I know I don't need food to survive, but still in my head haven't experienced not needing water. But Elliott's done this before, he knows that this is possible, and we just checked the world record at the moment.
It's 18 days.
On Guinness World Book of Records is 18 days, no food, no water. But you can do it for much longer.
So I've actually done 14 days with no food or water, but having baths. So I plan to do 40 days and 40 nights with no food or water, but taking baths in pink Himalayan salt in the summer. But until then, this is the start of it.
Dan, what's your intention for this? Why are you here?
I just want to give up smoking and drinking. That's my thing. Food's not that much of a bother, so I shouldn't have too much problem giving it up. 3 days won't be trouble, but for me it's smoking and drinking. So drinking alcohol, drinking water, is all I do all day long. Water. So yeah, I'd like to see if I can give it up 3 days straight. I'm just going to do 3 days straight, and then I'm going to get back on with the health and the fitness.
Yeah. Got it, man.
So just to let you know, we are going to be going to the gym every day as well. I'm going to be putting these guys through their paces. Nothing too intense, but just keeping it so that our vibration stays quite high, because we want to keep moving. We'll be doing a lot of breath work. We'll be doing some yoga. We'll be doing some affirmations, some meditation, and some sun gazing. So
beautiful.
That's going to be our main source of energy.
Let's introduce ourselves, because you might be watching this on Elliott's channel right now, you might be watching it on my channel or Dan's channel.
You might be watching it on mine.
So let's introduce ourselves so people can get used to us, and because we're all going to be playing in each other's videos. Like, we're all going to film our separate things, but we're going to all come together, so you'll get to know us quite intimately over the next week. No holds barred. We're all going to be in our underpants in a bit as well. We're going to weigh ourselves. Are we going to do that on camera?
We will do, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Maybe
nice.
photos, maybe not film.
So let us know if you're interested in seeing us in our underwear.
Magic mics.
So who'd like to go first? Elliott, why don't you introduce yourself?
My name's Elliott Harlin-Bethell, and I run a page which is called R666HA13. It's called this because I wanted it to look like rehab, and it's also to bring out some. It brings out the emotions of a lot of people thinking that it's to do with the devil, whereas it's actually also an angel number that tells you to balance your spiritual and material worlds. So it's just quite a provoking name, really.
Beautiful.
Luke.
My name's Luke Scott III, and I am a TV show host. I run the Standout Online show, so we interview big entrepreneurs from all around the world. I run the Standout Speakers Academy, and I also do spiritual mentorships. So I'm proper weird. I'm like very logic brain. I love physics, quantum mechanics. Like, let's go deep into that. So if you're a geek, then let's hang out. But I'm also super spiritual. Like, I am fully blown into activating your psychic abilities, upgrading your DNA, that we are all superhumans, that there are these infinite dimensions that we can access, and that there's just so much more to this world than we've been told. I'm also the author of my book called How to Find Your Truth, which teaches you how to really go about that spiritual awakening. What do you do when you wake up? Like, what are the steps? Because for most people, it's an absolute roller coaster, and it doesn't have to be. You can, when you're with like-minded people, it's much easier, right? And you can both be crazy together, which is nice.
I didn't know he was going balls deep that far into how much you do, so I need to finish mine off, I think. So I've also got a page on Instagram called Mind, Body, Soul and Spirit Coach. So basically I coach people to learn how powerful their mind is. I'm training myself at the moment actually to release certain proteins and chemicals in my body without even eating. So I plan in the summer to do the 40 days, 40 nights and still go to the gym and maintain a decent weight and still lift heavy weights. Yeah, so that's a bit more about me.
Beautiful.
Cool.
Dan!
Can I have a little mic?
You can have my big mic.
Actually, it's my big mic, isn't it?
Oh, it's your big mic.
My big mic. Hi, I'm Dan.
He's
Long and the short why I'm
you're
here.
off the screen.
I'm
bro.
off the screen.
Off the screen. Come cuddle in. Come cuddle in. Nice.
So yeah, I'm Dan. So 18 months ago I fell apart, and then I learned how to be happy. And quite simply, it became much the same with anything else in my life. It became very addictive. But I became addicted to being happy. So all I want to do really is learn more of the truth and tell you guys and help you understand what's really going on out there, or whatever is really going on with you. And that's it. I have no channels yet, but you can join me on my Insta page, which is dan.catley. Thank you.
Beautiful. It's really cool as well having Elliott here, who's the pro. I've done water fasting, so I'm kind of like halfway there. Dan's done some fasting, but
I just don't eat much.
yeah. So you're gonna see us all three of us at these different levels, and we have another very special member of our team who's going to be supporting us spiritually, who's currently
Asleep.
chilling on the couch. So this is Theo. Theo's our spiritual guide.
He's my spirit guide, but you can borrow him.
He's our spiritual guide for the duration of this.
So what will be interesting to watch is after about the 3-day period, that's when you start wanting to floss your teeth for food. That's when the moods start kicking in. We've already started to get a little bit of keto breath, so...
Yeah, well, I need a cigarette.
Yeah. We've already got his mood swings kicking in.
I called my mum earlier just to say, Mum, I'm going to be posting a video saying that I'm not eating, not drinking for 7 days. Like, don't worry, it's all fine. Because what happens in your body is we have all this stored fat, and it gets stored around your organs too. You get all this visceral fat and stuff, it's there. And until your body has got rid of every single low vibration cell, it doesn't get rid of any high vibration ones. So you can go for a long time with no food, no water, and you're absolutely fine. But what happens is, once your body runs out of sugars to burn to energy, it then starts to burn the fat. And this fat then releases these gases, and fat is just stored emotions, right? So it brings up all these emotions, all these triggers, programs, stuff conditioned from when you were a kid, all come up.
Yeah, it's more of a mental challenge than a physical challenge, for sure.
Yeah, big time. Big time. You get so solid in here. It's
not only that, but once all the cells are gone, you can actually draw moisture out of the air, and your body converts it to the purest form of water for you. So a lot of people, I've taken a 65-year-old through this, and he managed to do a full 7 days, and he felt amazing afterwards. And I've also done it with a 45-year-old who works on a building site carrying bricks around all day, and he had all of his lads buying donuts and telling him he was going to die if he didn't drink water after 3 days. But once I sort of sat him down and explained the process to him, he managed to get through it, and he's actually done 2 now. So
we get told all these stories when we were a kid about what we can and can't do, and they really limit us, right? And obviously, some of the biggest industries in the world are food and pharmaceuticals. So they want us to be dependent on food. So they tell us we have to eat all this stuff
3 times a day, 5 times a day if you're going to the gym.
Yeah, you have to
and
eat.
processed crap.
Yeah, they want you to buy this stuff. It's like to make you a consumer, but it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. And they tell you, I heard this thing that if you don't eat for 7 days, you die, and if you don't drink water for 3 days, you die. Something like that. It's just not true.
You should definitely be dead by now.
Yeah, look up breatharians. So breatharians, what they do, it's really cool, is you draw all the energy that you need from the sun and from the earth. So you do something called sun gazing, and you also ground yourself barefoot on the earth, and use your breath to get all the energy you need.
So basically what we'll be doing is we'll be standing bare feet on some grass, and for the first 22 minutes of the sun raising and the last 22 minutes of it going down, you stare directly into the sun and you take your energy from the sun, because basically all your food you eat, whether it's the meat or the vegetables, it takes its energy from the sun, and you're basically just getting second-hand energy. So why not cut the middleman out and go straight to the source? Not only that, but this will help cleanse your pineal gland, and it helps you a lot more with connection to source as well. So you feel a lot more connected. If you're going to have a conversation with someone, you almost feel like you could finish their sentence for them before, because you feel that connected. It's pretty amazing. Definitely recommend that.
Huge health benefits to fasting as well. So when our body is constantly digesting food, think about your body like a car, right? Most people eat right before they go to bed and eat as soon as they wake up. So their body is always digesting. And every organ in your body has a spiritual purpose, but it can't do its spiritual purpose while it's digesting. So you have to give it a rest. So I know a lot of people who do something called intermittent fasting, which I know you guys know about. So that's where you don't eat for like 16 or 18 hours a day. So you just have like a 6 or 8 hour window a day where you eat. And this is pretty normal. So your body is resting, which means it can use that energy for other things throughout the rest of the day. But when you do an extended fast like this, your body can really regenerate. People have been completely cured of all sorts of illnesses, injuries, diseases, like completely gone just by fasting.
Well, we still haven't worked out exactly how I got rid of my heart disease last year. So in 2018, I got rid of high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and heart disease. All 3. Kept the tinnitus.
So there was a theory as well that every 7 years you're a completely brand new person, because your body and every cell regenerates itself. They actually say this is every 11 months now. But I believe if you do a certain amount of hard, dry fasting, you can reduce this even a lot less than 11 months.
Yeah, I totally agree. The whole planet is raising its vibration, and those same rules don't apply anymore. Literally every cell in your body regenerates, and I've heard the 11 months thing as well, and I used to hear the 7 years thing, and then it changed now, right? And the power of your mind, you can shift in a moment.
Easily.
If you believe that you can shift something, it can shift in a moment. You can cure yourself of cancer in a moment. You can, whatever it is, you can reprogram your body, because we think we're a solid being, but we're not. You're a vibrational being. You look solid, but you're made of atoms. You're made of these, and you zoom in on the atoms, you're made of these particles, which are 99.99999% empty space.
Just information.
That is what you are made of, empty space, pure energy.
So all you are is a vibrational frequency tool, and you need to tune yourself in to pick up the right vibrations that you want, whether it's through meditation, that's obviously going to get you mentally in vibration, or vibrating in the right line, yoga to get you physically. You just want to be looking after yourself in every single way you can. I haven't drunk alcohol or eaten meat. I haven't eaten meat for over 2 years now. I went first of all I went pescatarian, then I went vegetarian. Now I'm currently vegan, and I do plan to play around with this diet a little bit more actually. And I cut alcohol about 3 months ago completely, and that made a huge difference.
My favourite food in the whole world used to be steak. My favourite drink used to be beer. Like, if you ever told me that I would be mainly eating a plant-powered diet, I mainly just eat fruit now. 90% of the time I just eat organic fruits. So look that up. Fruits are, I believe, and my research, I've done a lot of research, shows that fruit is our natural food source. and it's the easiest thing for our bodies to break down. But if you told me like 5 years ago I'd be doing this, I would have thought you were crazy, because I'd probably been in a nightclub somewhere on a massive bender, probably with these guys if we'd known each other, because we've got very similar backgrounds. So what we're going to do this week is we're just going to bring you our realness, our rawness. I anticipate, because a lot of emotions are going to be coming up, a lot of trapped things, that there's going to be some tougher times, and there's going to be some times where our energy is super high and somewhere our energy is a bit more flat, and we're just going to document it so you can really understand what is possible.
On that note with the diet as well, I'd just like to say that Earth is roughly 72% water. The human body is roughly 72% water. Vegetables are roughly 70% water, and fruits roughly 90% water. So I don't think there's any coincidence with that. I think that's meat's got virtually no. It's dead. It's not vibrating at all. So if you want to raise your vibration, you need to start eating more fruits and vegetables. Forget 5 a day. You need to be thinking like 10 to 20 easily,
And loads of nuts.
and lots of nuts as well. Get those nuts in your mouth.
So we're gonna end here. Just some advice for anyone. If you're watching this and you're thinking you want to do some fasting, really do some research into it.
Or send us an email over.
Yeah, connect with Elliott, connect with myself, connect with Dan. Really do your research. YouTube is such a powerful place. There's loads of great stuff on there. You can go search for all these other people who've done it and just expand your mind. And you know the thing about the 4-minute mile, right?
Yeah.
People didn't believe it was possible to run a 4-minute mile. Like for years, everyone tried, couldn't do it. One person did it, and then all of a sudden, everyone can do it. And this is the same, I believe, and I know, Elliott, you believe the same thing.
Yeah, 100%.
The way the Earth's moving now, soon, people will only eat for pleasure.
Well, there were shamans in Russia back before any planes or boats were ever created, and once they started doing one thing, they found that shamans over in America were actually doing the same thing, because we're all connected through the same consciousness, and it only takes one person to do it, and it opens it up for everybody.
They get the same in the animal kingdom. They had a bunch of monkeys on one island, and they worked out how to bang the nuts against a rock and open them up. And then before you know it, straight away on the other island, all the monkeys start to do it.
Yep.
I think it's called the Mandela effect. Mandela effect.
That's also called the 100th monkey, something like that as well.
Also called the 100th monkey effect.
Yeah.
What we'll do before we do any more videos is we'll actually look up the information and get the facts right first for you.
No,
but at the moment, we'll just tell you the shit.
We did good, Dan. It's just you need to do fact checking.
No. I was doing the fact checking in here thinking, well, it was 96. I thought it was 76. But we'll check the facts and come back to it.
So do your research, watch the rest of our videos. We're going to be bringing you loads of cool stuff, and we'll talk to you throughout as well about how you break your fasts, what to do, how you can really look after your body, raise your vibration physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And we're going to talk to you a lot about the tools that we're going to use too. So this video is getting quite long.
Yep.
So before we go, let's just end with something powerful. What do you feel guided to share? Something inspirational.
I actually planned this time around to drop roughly around 10 pounds. As I said before, the first time I done this, I dropped 11. The second time I done it, I managed to put on a pound. So my intention is set today that I'm going to drop 10 pounds, and let's see how we go on with that.
Beautiful.
I'm going to maintain my weight. I'm not looking to lose anymore. I've lost too much. So I want to do 3 days dry, hard, fasting, lose no weight, gain a little bit of muscle, lose no weight, and that'll be fine. I'll be happy, very happy.
And my intention is to get stronger, healthier, and more flexible. So I'm not so bothered what happens with my physical weight, because I feel like I'm going to shift whatever needs to be shifted. So as long as by the end of these 7 days I'm stronger, healthier, and more flexible, then that's
And more productive.
Yeah. Beautiful. Lots of love to everyone. Thank you for watching us. And like I said, connect with Elliott, Harlin-Bethell, R666HA13.
Or Mind, Body, Soul, Spirit Coach on Instagram.
Connect with Dan.Catley on Instagram, and Luke Scott Spiritual Speaking on Instagram, Luke Scott Official on YouTube, and that's it. Lots of love.
Thanks.
Cool. See you later.